Il nostro corso di laurea è un corso di laurea internazionalizzato, uno dei corsi di laurea internazionalizzati del nostro Ateneo, e viene erogato completamente in lingua inglese. Per questo motivo e per facilitare l'ascolto soprattutto a coloro che ci seguiranno dall'estero, io e le mie colleghe presenteremo il nostro corso in lingua inglese. So welcome to the presentation of this master course in Planning and Management of Tourism Systems belonging to class LM49 in our Department of Foreign Languages, Literatures and Cultures. The course is based on an innovative approach based on a set of disciplines offered by a team of Italian and foreign teachers who research tourism phenomena as global processes with a strong anchorage of the local dimension and a reference to the use of information systems for the design and management of tourism systems. Our master course considers tourism in a systemic approach. That means that we focus on many different interdisciplinary approaches, from cultural heritage to territorial studies to environmental issues, focusing especially on social aspects, which are very important for us, connecting tourism to the communities living in the territories where tourism is a form of development. And also on the economic analysis, marketing issues, and also the importance of communication issues and the importance of ICTs. So as you can see, we try to combine theoretical and technical competencies, which are more and more important in the tourism sector. And nowadays, this systemic and interdisciplinary approach that our department is trying to realize is necessary today for facing tourism in the pandemic, in this crisis that tourism had in the last year, related especially on the stop of international mobility. So we think that this systemic and interdisciplinary approach is more and more necessary to foster a new approach to tourism in a more sustainable way. The course objectives are different. We can say that we try to give you some high skills in three main areas. The first one is the linguistic and cultural knowledge to learn and critically understand the development of the tourism phenomenon, its history, its imaginations. The second one is related to social and territorial, economical and legal aspects to create and coordinate tourism systems to manage their impacts. And third, the design, the management, the communication to operate in tourism planning at different scales. If we have a look at the admission requirements, you can see that applicants of our master course must be in possession of a 3-year university diploma. For Italian students having their 3-year bachelor degree in one of these classes, 1, 3, 11, 12, 13, and 15, they can have a direct admission to our master course. Otherwise, graduates from other Italian university in possession of other degree, other than the one in the degree groups that I mentioned before, you can also have at least 40 credits obtained in disciplinary fields that are either distinctive or of local academic relevance to our master course, namely sociology, geography, arts, linguistics, literatures, anthropology, and law. Applicants are also required to have, of course, good spoken and written English skills. This is necessary in order to be able to understand the lectures that we give you in English, and also to be able to write the essays that we ask you during the exams. The skills that we require are related to the level B2 of European framework. You can attest this having at least 9 credits in your previous bachelor degree, or you can have equivalent certifications like the first, TOEFL, IELTS, or other equivalent certifications. Let's see a little bit the teaching courses of our study plan. You can see that our master course in the first year focuses on the main disciplines that are the base to understand tourism from a systemic perspective, as I said you before. So first of all, territorial and environmental studies, cultural studies and tourism heritage, English for tourism, so the basics of the skills that you have, you must have in the use of the English language, museums or arts and media studies, and then all the economic sector with tourism economics, destination management, and tourism marketing. And also we start to teach you the importance of IT for tourism services for a total of 60 credits in your first year. In your second year, we will develop a teaching related to more advanced courses in tourism and hospitality economics, tourism practices and society related to sociology, communities and laws related to anthropology and law. And then you can also choose another language that you would like to develop in a special way, like French, Spanish, English Advanced, or German, or you can choose cross-cultural communication. You can also have two options, two free exams, two free choices. And then you will have two practical activities, which are the workshops and the internships. And you will finish your path with a dissertation always related to your experience during the internship. So we consider the second part of your second year as your project, your proposal for expressing us all the competencies that you have acquired and to relate them to your international and local experiences for a total of 120 credits. In particular, the free choices can be chosen among the different courses that are not mandatory in our Planning and Management of Tourism Systems course, but also in one of the courses, master courses of our department. You can also choose modules included in international summer schools of our university, or in some modules included in bachelor degree courses of UniBg, considered coherent with our study plan. And this is an opportunity that we give especially to foreign students. Regarding professional opportunities, the course provides career opportunities for you in the tourism sector, of course, but also in other general environments like cultural events, local development of territories, working within institutions, foundations, public and private companies. And this is quite interesting, looking at the professional opportunities that you can have during the future for market analysis, planning and evaluation of tourism projects, or the design and the development of communication services, for plan and organize tourism services, and to participate in the design and in the management for the promotion of cultural and environmental heritage, and also the importance of training activities in tourism. We always focus on a special tie with our territories in Italy, in our region, but also in the country of origin of our students. For us, it's very important, the relationship between territories and local communities. And we try always to strengthen the link to the teaching and the research projects that we are leading in our university. So we try to involve you in applied project of research and the research conducted in our specialized centers of our university. We try to make you participate in pilot actions shared with schools, with companies, with institutions of our territory. And we try to make you participate actively in projects of our city or in the surrounding area, and also in international projects that see our university engaged. We always try to involve you in activities related also with our partnerships. We have a very interesting steering committee that we meet every year to have a strong relationship with the needs of our territories, of our institutions. And we have many partners belonging to public institutions, to foundations and associations for the production of goods and services. We have private actors of the tourism sector, and also foreign institutions for tourism promotion and territorial development. We have another professional opportunity for you, which is the fact that you can participate to the class of competition for teaching geography in secondary school. And this is a characteristic of our master degree because it belongs to the LM49 class. So our ministry in Italy indicates this LM49 as a class of competition for teaching in technical institutes and in professional institutes the discipline of geography. And so for us it is a pleasure, and for me as well, being a geographer, of course. Now I give the floor to my colleague Cinzia Spinzi to show you many opportunities. Thank you, Cinzia.
Thank you, Federica, and good afternoon, everyone. Since in this master course I'm in charge with international counseling, I'm going to focus on all the international opportunities available for our students. I will mention, first of all, this unique opportunity of a scholarship in the memory of Professor Cosimo Notarstefano. So we may support the enrollment of 2 students in our master degree program of planning and management of tourism systems. And the only requirement for our students is that they must have a bachelor degree with a thesis on tourism. All our courses are taught entirely in English, and all the students can enjoy a real international atmosphere due to the presence of many foreign students, as well as many foreign lecturers coming from every part of the world. In fact, we have visiting professors coming from Canada, from the States, and from many European countries, from the UK, France, Spain, the Netherlands, and Serbia. And in total, we can say that we have 25 professors, 3 collaborators, 2 tutors from our University of Bergamo, and 12 foreign universities. So this is a real international team, and our visiting professors do not come just for teaching, but we try to set up a lot of agreements for mobility projects, and there are a lot of subjects that are taught, so it is a real international but also interdisciplinary team. And we also try to collaborate with editorial projects, and this is an example, because last year we had this wonderful, amazing experience, because we all together, I mean, the teaching staff from this master course published a book on tourism facing a pandemic. This is the title, From Crisis to Recovery, which is an amazing experience because we just published it in a very short time, just 4 months, and the book was dedicated to all our students during the first wave of the pandemic. The book is freely available on the website, so you can download it for free from this link, or you can just simply type in the title of the book and it will be on your screen. As far as our foreign students are concerned, we can say that they come from all over the world. They come from Northern and Southern America. They come even from Australia, from Eastern countries such as Russia, China, India, Pakistan, Iran, also from a few countries from Africa. And of course, many students are from Europe. These students have a lot of international opportunities. They can develop, they can carry out Erasmus exchange program with European universities that offer advanced modules in the field of tourism management, as well as we have mobility programs with non-European universities. Our students can take part in internship programs with a lot of institutions, and such as museums, for example, or destination management organizations, territorial agencies. I mean, all those agencies and institutions that deal with tourism and with interpretation of cultural and natural heritage. Our students can also attend an international spring school and a lot of seminars which are more experience oriented, and they also include guided tours and workshops. We also have double degrees, 2 double degrees exactly. And the first one is with the Fairleigh Dickinson University, this prestigious university in New Jersey in the USA, and the master course is in Hospitality Management Studies. Our students apply at the end of their first year. So they spend abroad the first semester of their second year, and they can achieve 30 credits abroad. The cost for this experience is around 15,000 euros, but our university offers 2 mobility grants of 3,660 euros. The other double degree is with the University Lyon 2, Université Lyon 2. So it's a French university, and this is a quite recent agreement, and it includes a lot of opportunities and also different courses such as planning, development and marketing tourist territories, tourism and heritage announcement, tourism and digital communication. Then I would like to focus on the variety of activities, fieldwork activities that are available for our students. We organize a lot of excursions to specific territories and areas which are in general connected with the topic of their master's thesis. We organize a lot of meetings with experts in tourism, workshops, and also seminars on tourism planning. And finally, I would like to say that we have also support for our students. So this is, as you can see, an interactive teaching, and further opportunities are given by 2 more activities. The first one is a practical activity, and it's a geographic information systems for tourism, where we have Professor Matteo Berzi, who is just supervisor and in charge of environmental and European policy issues for the Spanish Ministry of Development. And the second supporting activity, which gives support to our students, is a course given by our expert, Professor Alexandra Newman. She's an English language expert, and she gives our students support for English for tourism examination. Since our courses, as I said before, are entirely taught in English, we have these extra activities for our students. And now I will give the floor to my colleague, Elena Bouglou, who is going to talk about other aspects of our master course.
Thank you, Cinzia, very much, and also thank you to Federica. It's a pleasure for me to introduce the future students to the variety of activities which are waiting for them in the second year in particular. Activities I'm going to introduce to you are, first of all, the workshops. Workshops are side activities aside from the official courses, but still they are compulsory. There's a big variety of 6 workshops among which you can choose. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of this variety of choices. The first one is the workshops led by Professor Andrea Machiavelli. It's actually developing during a field trip in Südtirol, where you can experience how to develop a naturalistic side in the territory by being there and by the use of particular data collected on the side. So this is a very thrilling laboratory. Then we have another important workshop led by Professor Peretta, which is focusing on the web strategies and sharing guidelines. This lab has been very much customized for in the last year in order to enhance the development of web resources for destinations like valleys, destinations around Bergamo in Lombardy, which suffered from the pandemic impact. Therefore, the context, our daily context is seriously kept into consideration when developing the strategy, communications, and guidelines for this type of tourist destinations. A third option is the laboratory which I lead, which is on biodiversity and heritage for sustainable tourism in urban context. It's particularly important to focus that urban contexts are not necessarily unsustainable, not necessarily against or incompatible with the natural landscape preservation. Therefore, here we will focusing on an interesting case study around Bergamo, very in the vicinity of our city in Valle di Astino. We will develop the way in which cultural and natural heritage are entangled and inseparable. Then we can see how all these experiences can be filmed. We have maybe best chosen among our students short film lab led by Professor Stefano Ghislotti, which is a true laboratory for filmmaking, which teaches how to realize a tourism-oriented type of film, a short film which is meant to emphasize the resources, the potentialities, the beauties of a tourism destination. So this is a very interesting workshop, and you can actually browse into the internet looking for the short films produced in the previous years. And then we move on to an even more interesting workshop about gastronomic experiences. And this is led by Professor Garibaldi and Professor Andrea Pozzi, which together developed a way to tell stories about food consumption. So the gastronomic tourism, as you all know, is getting more and more interesting, but the way to tell it, it's also a skill. And we come to the last lab, last but surely not least, the workshop led by our colleague Cinzia Spinzi, which you just listened to, which is dedicated to multisensory tourist guides for inclusiveness. It's a new experience which explores how the museum offer can be added with a language of multisensory type and tactile activities, superposition of impressions, and inclusiveness, most of all, in the offers, in the cultural offers made by museums. So you will be able to choose among one of those workshops. At the same time, or just after, during your second year, you will also be invited to choose among one of the really many, cannot be listed how many they are, possibility for developing your internship in tourism. So we have just a provisional list here, which speaks about destination management organizations, museum, agencies, public institutions, protected green areas, and of course natural heritage sites, associations for the promotion of tourism. It's important to highlight here that many more agreements with individual interesting realities for tourism can be set up under the proposals of students. So we basically continuously expand our set of internship possibilities. And this internship can be developed in Italy and abroad. So we are also able to include foreign partners as destinations for our internships development. We are particularly interested in letting your internship be linked with the thesis development, because the internship is an occasion for you to really go deep into a reality by touching with your own hands for a quite good period of time, the working reality of the tourism sector. Therefore, we strongly encourage that your thesis can be rooted in the internship experience. But this is not the only chance, of course, because our department and our study plan foresee the participation of many colleagues into research projects and research activities, which quite often are happy to involve our MA students. Therefore, the teaching staff benefits from the support and the cooperation and the help of the students. So this is one more occasion for the students to become closer, to come really to put their hands on the topic of research in tourism, which once more can converge into the thesis experience. So this is how you will build your thesis, of course, out of the theoretical background that you developed during your courses, but also rooted in the experiences, workshops, internships, and research projects that you are offered to join during the second year. Okay, and now we come to the serious part. So the registrations. So we have a compulsory pre-registrations which runs from April to September. You can see the precise dates on the slides. And after you pre-register, you're going to go through an interview. And according to the date of your pre-registration, you will follow into one of these three slots, which are listed there in the slide in point number 2 that you can see. So you will undergo the interview either on June 21st or in September 10 or on September 28th, according to when you pre-registered. The online interview, the interviews are going to be online, of course. This has always been the case because you are everywhere in the world. So this is not special occurrences due to the pandemic. And you will be given all the necessary information. After you had your interview with us, you will possibly apply for your final registrations, and you can see the deadlines in your slide at point number 3. All these informations, of course, you don't have to memorize them now because they are available on the website. For non-EU students, there are slightly different procedures due to the difference of academic calendars, different academic conditions. Anyway, you will have a compulsory pre-registrations, which basically falls in 2 calls. One is spanning from February to March, and second is during the month of March 2021. So this is the equivalence of the pre-registration for the EU students, for the European students, but slightly different deadlines. Anyway, all the procedure is, okay, this is number 1. In number 2, you can see that apply.unibg.it is where you will find all the steps thoroughly described for you to enroll wherever is your timing according to the different academic calendars also outside Europe. I also want to point out that we are a resilient course, as our director Federica Burini, the president of the course, loves to say. So we will make our best to teach in presence, because this is our character, this is our wish, and this is the best thing that could happen. But in case this is impossible, due to bigger circumstances than us, we'll be able to manage the dual teaching as we've actually been doing this year. So starting with the class in presence, those of you that can attend will be welcome in the class. The others will stay online, and we will manage to handle the both modalities of teaching. So nothing will be lost, hopefully. Also, thanks to the precious support of our two tutors, which are Alketa Aliai. She's particularly supporting us in the distant activity, exactly. And also the tutor, Sanya Iguman, and she will support the activities in presence. Their support is absolutely crucial for letting our engine work. But I think I can introduce you to the teaching staff and reference contacts for you. You already met Federica Burini, president of the master course. And you also saw on the video Professor Rossana Bonadei. She is responsible for the institutional contacts of this master course. And she's also professor in our, of course, master course. And you met Professor Spinzi. She's the international counseling and courses timetable responsible. The contacts for all these colleagues are here on the slide and also on the web. Then we have the responsible for the workshops organization and scheduling, which is Professor Stefano Bislotti. And then there's me, which I'm responsible for the quality of the communications between the teaching staff and the students. And you can easily find our references in the web. Last and definitely not least, I want to say that this year our master course has been ranked third in its class in one of these charts which appear and which have been highlighted with big relevance in the newspapers because of the quality of the courses and the ratio of students already enrolled in a job related to their study course already after 1 year their degree.